When my wife and I were first married, we found what we thought was the perfect starter home. It's a cute little place. It was a nice yard, great neighborhood, but there was one thing that we were unsure about: the foundation. And it looked like it was bowing inward just a little bit. Now, we brought in a home inspector who said, it's no big deal. It's just cosmetic. Now, I'm no structural engineer, but something was really not right about this. So we decided to get a second opinion. We called another inspector who took one look at the foundation and said, yes, it is a huge problem, and the wall isn't just bowed, it's under some serious pressure, and it could collapse if it's not fixed. So, needless to say, we walked away from that house. And even though the foundation has not failed yet that we're aware of, we found out that it would cost us over $100,000 just to fix the problem. And that experience taught me something that I've really never forgotten. That when it comes to big decisions, whether it's buying a home or managing your wealth, getting a second opinion can save you from going down a costly, sometimes irreversible path. And wealth planning works the same way. So maybe you've had a solid plan in place for years. Maybe your accountant or your advisor have given you some sound advice, and what seemed to be great advice. But here's the thing: even the best professionals can miss details. Tax laws changes, strategies that worked 5 years ago might not be as effective today. And sometimes there are opportunities you could be taken advantage of, but aren't. That's why the super rich, say those with $500 million or more in net worth, regularly seek second opinions on their wealth and their plans. And 80% of single families with the super rich have done this kind of review in the past 5 years because they know the assumptions, like a bowed foundation, needs to be checked regularly to avoid the expensive surprises. And the good news, you don't need to have $500 million portfolios to have what we call a virtual family office to use this strategy. The second opinion can help anyone, and really ensuring their financial plan is built on that solid foundation, especially when it comes to, say, taxes. So let's talk about taxes real briefly here, because as of right now, there's a lot of people that have foundations just like that house that are and can be easily overlooked. But there's some structural issues that could cause everything to crack. And here are a few ideas when it comes to having a second opinion right now that can uncover some missed opportunities or potential problems. You see, we have the 1099 forms that are coming out. And when you get your 1099s, it's more than just reporting income. See, for an example, if you made a qualified charitable distribution from your IRA, well, it shows up sometimes as a full distribution amount. And it's not automatically going to indicate if it went to charity. So your accountant has to know this, because if they don't catch it, you could be paying more in taxes, especially if you donated that tax-free. Also, your retirement contribution can still be made for the previous year. So for 2024, you have up until April 15th of 25 to contribute to your IRA or traditional IRA, even your Roth, up to the $7,000 or $8,000 if you're over the age of 50. And for you as a business owner, there's even more flexibility. You see, the SEP IRAs, the profit sharing plans, they all allow you to contribute to your plans at the tax filing deadlines. So which means you may have significantly more ability to put money away and reduce your tax liabilities by boosting your retirement income. So those are elements to look at. Then we take a look at your estate planning, your inheritance planning, and all the laws that are out there right now. They're ever evolving. And a second opinion might reveal to you that you haven't optimized your estate for tax efficiency. Or even worse, that a simple typo may really caught things off guard. You see, when I was taking a look at those super rich families, the ones that had 500 millions or more, one of them had really left $250 million to the 12-year-old son. Well, that caused some major headaches, because there's a lot that can happen, especially for taxes, or even if there was money going to the wrong person at the wrong time. These little errors are missed opportunities that can add up to some significant cost. And the tax rules really shift a lot, and they actually are expected to shift significantly over the next few years as well. So now is a great time to double check your plan. And while you're at it, second opinions, they are very common with the super rich, but it's not because they're paranoid. It's because they want to take and make sure that when the stakes are high, they have a significant amount of their wealth with one advisor, with one accountant. There's a lot of mistakes that could be made, even small little ones, that could cost millions. So here's the thing. The same logic applies to any level of wealth. If your plan is off by just a little bit, the financial foundation has a slight bow, but it could mean paying more in taxes than necessary, or missing out on the growth opportunities that may put your legacy at risk. So there are two types of second opinions that we can be working on here. One is just a complete review and looking at all the areas of your financial life, whether it's your taxes, your estate planning, or anything else related to your whole foundation, or there's a focused review. And this is one that we zero in on some very specific areas with some big decisions out looming. And we can work with just the specific structural engineers to check that foundation. And 40% of these second opinions that we have done uncover a lot of mistakes or even missed opportunities. That's almost half of the people that we meet with. And what that means to us is that there's a lot of foundations that need a lot of work. So that's a pretty compelling reason to have a second opinion with your wealth plan. And you may be wondering, it really sounds good, but how do I get started? How do I get started on a second opinion? Well, one of the things that we can be taking a look at is if you have some big changes coming up, big life changes, whether it's with your business, you're inheriting money, or you've even recently retired. Now's a good time to have a look at it. Or if you have tax surprises like we were talking about earlier with some unexpected income or even some missed opportunities. And then also if you have, well, just planning needs that you maybe haven't looked at in the last number of years. And that's where we come in. You see, we offer a second opinion for you as you want to know more about your plan and making sure that you're on track. Because there's no sales pressure, there's no pitches that are out there. It's just a fresh set of eyes. And we take a look at where you're at today and where you're going in the future. And we figure out if there's any gaps that exist. Now, I'll never forget how relieved we were when we got a second opinion about our house. And we walked away from that and it made these years a lot less filled with headaches. Now your financial future can be the exact same thing. And we're here to help. And if you've ever wondered if your financial plan is strong or that it could even be better, and you have some nagging feelings, well, please feel free to reach out. Let's schedule a second opinion and see if everything is in good shape. And then we can make some minor adjustments or even some major ones as necessary. But we're here to help. So feel free to subscribe to this channel, like our videos, and reach out as you would like a second opinion. Because occasionally, there's a lot that happens in the foundations, and if we have a solid one, we can really get through just about anything. Take care.